Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Mage the Ascension Sorcerer game, Chantry House of Baltimore. We are again down 2 players, as you can tell. But since we already were doing stuff without them, we are moving ahead. So I believe last time you started investigating the murder that you believe is tied to the bloody face mask. At what point you discover that some sort of potentially government agency was involved and were trying to keep it under um wraps, so to speak. You did get some information about the murder itself, but then you went to investigate the individuals who had taken the bodies and stuff, and were kind of like, might be a little over our heads at the second, and didn't pursue a little bit further. Though Q did decide to follow one to a local store and talk to him about questions and potentially get a job, as most players do.
That's right, he followed him into a bodega.
Yeah, a doctor of microbiology.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a wet science.
I decided not to ask about any interesting bodies or masks that he had seen recently because that would be a little obvious. I have some tact.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so I believe we ended with everybody back in the sorcerer mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little VW microvan, yeah. So yeah, I believe that's where we're beginning. So you all met back up in the van. Or car, whatever it is you actually drive. I don't know if we ever went in details.
Yeah, we had multiple vehicles, didn't we?
Yeah. We're just normal adults with jobs. We all have cars.
Yeah, the vehicle situation is always really weird in our games because, like, halfway during scenes, people are like, "Oh no, I brought my car," when they didn't mention it earlier sometimes, and other people be like, "We drive a bunch of cars," and then it's like we chase the person down. It's like, y'all get in your cars, and
Well, I mean, come on. We don't all tell you what shoes we're wearing, but sometimes we have to run around.
well, I always assume you have multiple shoes, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not important until it's important.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we cannot break into that place.
Yeah, I feel like our best bet is probably to follow up with
The crime scene.
Yeah,
There's a chance if the mask was there, they didn't get it.
there also might be
Maybe.
something left over. We could at least go see if we can maybe break in and check it out after the fact.
Does anyone
I
have a
feel like once
spell?
the suits are
that would-
gone, they're
Yeah, they'll probably clean up and leave pretty quick. I imagine they wouldn't want the local PD to spend too much time there.
yeah, so I have Sorcerer Sight, which allows me to detect like magical auras in an area. That might be able to show me something that's kind of old.
Maybe if something is hidden there magically, you could see with that too.
Something old, some borrowed.
I also have a little bit more. May show me something useful, might not be useful right now. I have that magic mushroom spell or potion sort of thing. That lets you see a vision of the future, or sometimes it lets like future and more like making connections where you didn't see them before.
That sounds good.
And it's not always super obvious, but it could be useful.
It seems like we need to get into that crime scene then, but we might have to wait till the next day.
I love how we are 100% considering taking magical LSD and sneaking into a crime scene.
We should sneak
Vex
in
would
first.
be so proud of us.
Just
yeah, sneak in and
yeah.
then take magical LSD when we're in there.
You're the only one with the magical LSD.
I mean, I can make more than one dose.
It would be polite.
It would give us all magical sight?
It depends on how many successes I get, how
Hmm.
many doses I can make.
Oh,
With the
that's
power of positive thinking, you can do better.
So I think we're going back to the hotel so that I can cook up some magical
Drugs.
drugs, Kevin.
All right, so you go back to the hotel and get the dice
Sorry,
to roll.
the dog is sleeping and he just started barking in his sleep because he's dreaming.
Okay, that is adorable. But I need you to roll for your magical LSD trip.
Okay, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay, so how does this work? Um, I have my dice. Um, and all right. Okay, so except for the most potent recipes, they only require one success to make. Additional successes are split between providing additional doses and keeping those doses potent for 1 day per success spent. So I'll try and make more doses.
Shouldn't
Is
we
there a way
have
to help? Like if I have alchemy as well?
There is being able to help. Let me look in this.
And I would do that by assisting with any sort of beakers and vials and stirring one of those magnets that spins on the thing in the
And the
those
whole
little.
time going, I don't like what's science.
I'm making an interception.
quick question? Should we not have at least one person, particularly me, I'm volunteering in this case, not have the magical sight just so you guys aren't walking straight into
Oh, no, I
traps or...
definitely agree with that, but it's still
Mhm,
useful to have
mhm.
more than one dose.
Okay, that's fair.
Torque, would there be a better way than local news to see like what the official word is about the murder?
I was actually thinking of prowling like the
Like cop forums or something?
I was gonna say like college Facebook groups,
Oh yeah,
that
those
sort of thing, see what people are saying.
social media, local social media.
Hmm.
That honestly sounds like a better idea, because if they're fake BI and already covered up the bodies going anywhere else, there's no telling what sort of information is going to be disseminated across any type of media coming directly from them. The idea of the college Facebook groups, however, it may sound strange to say that hearsay would probably be more accurate than what's coming through the
In the
news.
police report.
We'll get more pieces of the puzzle that way, at least. Make a
Right.
bigger picture.
And even if things are far-fetched, we'll at least have more information coming in than trying to access it anywhere else. And we'll probably have the availability to double check on a lot of those.
Alright, so how ritual casting works is you designate someone as the leader, who will be the person making the final check, which I believe is Holly. And the assistances, the people who are assisting, they make their path roll, and for every success they get, which by they I mean Luke at the moment, or Q, it lowers the difficulty of the check that Holly will make, which increases their chances of doing good stuff.
So is the
first,
path roll just alchemy, or is it alchemy plus the skill or ability that it's going connected to?
it's as if you were using alchemy itself, so the two skills you have associated with that.
Okay. Is a 5
My
a 6 a success?
6 or above.
Okay, I got 1 success.
That means,
Okay,
Holly, your difficulty is 5 or above.
oh, good. So in that case, I got 3 successes.
All right, so you make, and then you,
If it had been 6, it would have been less than that.
and that is what the ritual help benefits. Makes it easier for the main person to do things. All right, so the 1 success makes the potion, and then you use the 1 to create a second dose because Torque doesn't want to be high.
Yeah, and then can I use the other 2 to make them both last for 2 days instead of 1 day?
You said you got 3 successes, right?
Yeah. Oh, his success doesn't count.
Right, his just lowered the difficulty for you.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so you can make it so 1 and then 1 extra, whatever time frame.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, it's 1 day per success spent.
Okay. And then somebody was checking the tweeters. Did I hear over here you talking about?
Yeah, I had mentioned wanting to do that, but I'm probably busy for a couple of hours doing this.
Yeah, I think Torque was going to check all the news sources.
which leaves Q to scan Facebook.
Yeah, I can do that after Holly makes her thing.
So scanning social media. You know what? I will not call for a roll for this. So you be searching on social media and you find some things talking about some murders on campus, a couple feeds, a lot of it takes a bit to try and go through all the stuff that's not really informative. When you do, you kind of get the gist of what people are saying is essentially that sounds like a person's boyfriend from the looks of it went into a room and may have killed a student to kill the person. But then you also are seeing on the feed where someone says that they found the boyfriend dead and that he was dead long, like a day or two before that. And you also are getting
Huh.
some like student like names or nicknames and stuff on social media and stuff if you want to like go and try to find them and follow up and stuff. But from the looks of it, it sounds like people are saying that this person got murdered last night, and the person who did the murdering, they found that they're saying that they've heard that he was found dead and had been dead for a while.
So like it sounds like they found his dead body with the murdered person, but like his had decomposed.
No, they found it separately.
Oh, so like the boyfriend died several days ago, and now
And then
they're
later he
saying
was seen
he
killing a person.
killed the girlfriend.
Someone took a mask of the boyfriend after killing the boyfriend and then killed the girlfriend.
That's what I would think, yeah.
And then it's presumably at large.
Did they say
Small.
anything about the names of those two? Like maybe we can search up those two. Maybe they were because like for that sort of thing, I feel like that feels kind of personal, right? To steal a person's face and to kill them and then kill their girlfriend.
the names that you're getting, the one's name is Peter. And then the other name that's popping up is Rachel. Please don't make me do last names.
We don't care about those.
Yeah, I guess let's see if we can do some digging into their social media history. See if like are either of them interested in the occult? Do they maybe potentially have some people that hated their guts?
So you don't really find much on Peter. He seems to have been one of those people who kept
As a
a
healthier life.
less like combo of low profile and one of those people who like me who only people who you know can access your stuff and you have all the stuff up so that random people just can't stalk you. Remember, folks, anyone can stalk you online. Rachel, on the other hand, had what are those called? Instacart thing or whatever, where you people
Yeah.
just one of those
People could
things.
buy
You mean an
groceries.
Instagram?
Yeah, whatever that's called. The Facegram thing. Yeah, so got stuff and you see like just going through the feed, her like talking about things, taking pictures of her food, getting excited for some events going on in college. A couple of her out with friends drinking, things like that.
Do either profiles have anything as far as disagreements or arguments, bad breakups, stalking exes, anything like that?
No, nothing bad or extreme. The most is like usual where she's just like, "Oh my God, he forgot to, you know, give me something when you was out when I told him I didn't want anything." Simple things like that.
Are there any posts from either of them after the point where we think that Peter was already dead?
No.
Okay. I have a
Did
guess
she
based
post
on
anything? I'm wondering what her last posts are about, because if he died a couple of days before, she undoubtedly should have heard about it, right? And what was her reaction a few days before?
Nothing. The like I said, the way it sounds is they discovered his body around the same time that, or after she was found dead.
Oh, okay. I thought like he was found dead, and then a couple of days later, she got murdered by somebody
Yeah,
matching his
so
description. Oh, okay.
according to social media, the timeline was essentially she died, and people were like, "Oh my God, what could have killed her?" And someone was basically like, "I think I saw her boyfriend going into her room." And then's like, "Yeah, but I just heard that someone found him dead, and he's been dead for several days."
I have a guess based on information.
What you guess? Make sure you answer in the form of a question.
I will not.
I'm
Q is very
terrified.
good. I think you're going to like it. And tell me if I miss something, but Q is very good at cause and effect. And here's what he thinks happened based on college dramas that he's seen. Peter and Rachel were happy. There was a third person who we're discounting who found the mask and how to use it. They killed Peter and took Peter's face to replace Peter with Rachel. She figured it out because he wasn't as good as Peter, or he was different in some other way. He just looked like him after all. And then he killed Rachel because she found out that it wasn't him. And now he's off somewhere with the mask. And they found Peter's body because this mask guy is also an idiot.
I hate how much this sounds like a CW TV plot line,
It could be a
but
Riverdale.
also sounds 100% like, yeah, no, that sounds legit.
I'm more terrified that my mind went to the same place that Kevin's did through the whole Jeopardy thing.
Oh yeah, to finish my guess, who did it? This person probably killed some guys and has a mask. So we need to focus. If other people agree that this might be reasonable, then we need to find the third wheel. That's what I'm calling him. Which I think might be someone who knew them both and was jealous of Peter.
Yeah,
It's a bit
like
like a psych episode where they go back to their high school.
on one hand, I kind of want to be like, what's our excuse for going up to talk to these people? But I feel like a bunch of like college kids that I feel like if we just went up to them and we're like, hey, we know that the feds like completely scrubbed this place and aren't telling you shit. We're also looking to figure out what happened. What can you tell us? They honestly might just tell us. They might be a bit more cool with it if we don't try and make up some elaborate backstory and we're just like, we're just trying to find the truth of what happened to these people and say fuck the man.
Could always try to bribe him.
Rachel was found, and then old dead Peter was found, but they weren't found together. Do we know where Peter was
Correct.
found?
Peter, we had to decide, was he like at his
I assume
dorm or
both
his
the bodies
house
were
or
Peter and Rachel, but if they weren't found together, then it might be in a different room in the building, or I mean, it's probably in the same building if they're both taken out of that building.
I mean, not necessarily.
That's true.
But remember,
don't-
the information you're getting is hearsay through social media.
Right, right.
Yeah, so it's not like a coherent timeline where someone's like, on the
Mhm.
18th this happened, and on the it's just what they're hearing. So
We're gonna have to go there in person. I'm sure even after one day we'll be able to figure out where a body was found. That'll be the talk of the campus, probably for a long
bodies
time.
everywhere.
And we should remember the roommates get an A for the rest of the semester, so they're a suspect.
That's not quite true.
That's how it works in the movies.
That makes no sense. Why would they get an
Haven't you
A
seen-
because they're a suspect?
It's a movie.
Oh,
No, they get an A because of bereavement or whatever, because their roommate died.
Yeah, that's not how that works in real college.
No, I mean it was a movie called PCU.
Yeah, I'm more of the movie. So many people try
Okay.
to kill their roommates afterwards. I don't know.
You gotta look at the bright side.
So where are you off to, squad?
College. We're going back to
Do we want
college.
to try and break into this dorm in the middle of the night?
Oh, in the middle of the night. Interesting.
Should we do it? I don't know. Maybe
How
we should
long-
do it during the day.
how long was your ritual?
It might need to be tomorrow because my rituals usually take a full day of work.
They might have higher security there at night now too, with bodies hit the floor.
Unless it was the fake BI, in which case it would have been clean up the scene GTFO.
Yeah, but I mean, like campus security,
Is
Might be
not
like-
that thorough.
they're not that thorough, but they might be on alert the night of murder. If
Yeah.
they're going to be
Yeah.
busy any night, it would be the night that people already got murdered, because they know they're probably not going to have
Well,
to
I
worry about
assume
another
you
one.
go on the next day so that you have time to do the ritual and get the supplies. That's what the assumption was initially. So the next day you can go and investigate. Yes.
Yes, I
Alright.
think we're good with that. Next day, we're going back to college.
Yep.
To college.
Alright, so you arrive at the college. Are you doing it in a day, afternoon, night?
We should probably go before lunch, right?
I was actually thinking
Oh, when
during
everybody's
lunch
there.
because that's when everybody's,
Out and about.
yeah, well, not necessarily out and about, but at least not necessarily in classes, probably in their own little cliques doing
Mm,
I
gossiping
actually do
or
like that, yeah.
that's a good idea. Do we want to say who we are differently than who we are when we're there? Or do we want to just tell anybody who we are to begin with? They might not even ask students, I mean.
I mean that, yeah, they might not even ask. And I would say not to necessarily prompt specific names other than the people that we're interested in.
Mhm.
And if we are prompted for our names, it would have to be to contextual. I mean, are they only asking just because we're some stranger that walked up to them, or are they going to try and track our information because of the questions we're trying to ask?
I mean, who knows? I mean,
Well, to me, that feels like a customer service thing. Is somebody about to escalate when they ask for your name and information, or are they just asking to know what to call you in casual conversations?
We'll probably have to play it by ear, I guess.
I don't have that
Unless we want to come
stigmata.
up with a background.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Contextual.
Yep. Let's go with that. I think that's a good idea.
And
They're probably
that
not going to
said,
ask too many questions.
well, I mean, if they're already gossiping to begin with, and we offer to try and help them find out, who knows, we may find a group of Scooby-Doo savants
Yeah,
and they
and-
help us figure out what the hell's going on.
Nobody's better at finding out who's wearing a mask than the Scooby-Doo group.
I really hate that connected so well.
Alright, gang. To the mystery
Let's all
machine.
pile in the big talking car and drive to the college.
Car, wrong show. That's I don't know.
We could put a talking car in there. I mean, Siri or whatever.
Yes, Kevin?
Yeah, what's it like? Tell us.
So you go on the campus, people are walking around. There's still some, crime tape and stuff up in the facility, mainly because, they keep that stuff up. They never clean it right away. Sometimes it just stays there and you just use those Halloween decorations in October. So you walk up to the dorm. You do see one campus cop kind of standing there, just like, hey,
I guess I should go talk to the campus cop if you guys want to go talk to the college students.
Could we just walk into the building, or is there like a key card swiper thing?
Not
Well, there's
well.
a cop standing there, so
Oh, okay.
he's like, "Hey, sorry, folks. Gonna have to ask to see your student IDs to enter the building. You know, there
That
was an
sounds like a me.
there was an incident the other night, and you know, gotta make sure that only people who're supposed to be on campus are on campus, or at least in the dorms. And
So yeah, I will go up and flash my badge, and I'm hoping to try and convince them that the two with me are CSI and see if we can't get in on the crime scene. Or wait, hold that thought. Should we just say that we're there to talk to some of the other students, some of their friends, or should we actually go with the CSI angle?
I don't know. It depends on if you would think that we would be believable for the CSI team.
Would they show up the next day without fanfare?
Technically speaking, they should have shown up right then and there, like before the crowd. Well, I don't want to say before the crowd gathered, but they're supposed to be there as soon as possible. The more people that go in and out, the more likely that a crime scene is going to be contaminated.
it's like promptings.
If you think it's reasonable that they would be showing up the next morning, then I think that might be a good idea, because you have the credentials, and Q could have like a work bag thing that could look like supplies for crime scene stuff.
The way I see it, it's strictly, and stop me if I'm overthinking this, Kevin, please. The way I see it is that the FBI, again, fake BI, were the ones that were just hounding that crime scene. So nobody on a local level would have been able to get in there until they effed off. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to try and convince the campus cop that that's what we're here for, to try and get, maybe they missed something. They have to do their own report for the local level, things like that.
That's a good idea. You could even play on like you're on their side, because like these damn out of towners come in and take over their jurisdiction and don't even let you get to work till the next day.
And it's kind of my angle, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
I approve. Sounds legit.
That's scary, but okay. Looks like that's the angle we're going to play it.
I'm a little offended that you think my approval is scary.
No, it's, again, this is just how my random roll of a brain works. And I know Kevin has said before that certain situations, it's not necessarily how he's trying to run the game. And we're just thinking so far full of it that it's, gone off the rails and trying to get us back on track. I don't want to go over that line, but at the same time, also trying to play it kind of how I would play my character.
So you approach the guy, like, hey, yeah.
You're
Oh,
gonna make me role play this, aren't you?
yeah. It's a role playing game. Storyteller system. So hi, cop. Yeah. So how can I help you?
Well, me and the two CSI are trying to get into the dorm. The suits just kept us from being able to do anything on the local level. I'm pretty sure they strong-armed you around and about trying to get in on that. We were only recently told we were clear to come in and actually try to look over anything.
Okay. I wasn't here last night, but all right. I mean, you got your badge. Hold on, let me write down. Yeah, my notes. Okay. CSI people. Okay.
Do you need to escort us there, or can you just point us in the direction since you're
No,
on
I'm gonna
station here?
no, I'm gonna escort you because you haven't been in the building, and if you go the wrong way, you get lost.
That's fair.
That's
I just
fair.
didn't want you to get in trouble for leaving your post, but lead on.
I haven't been in a dorm in many years.
Well, different dorms are built differently, depending on, the year and everything. Some are new and high tech, others are old and look like, industrial asylums.
Valid.
Which is
Safe
this one?
hallways in my remember.
This is in the middle thing. It was built in the 1980s, so it was up to date at one point, but it's seen better days.
He just
Remember,
sound
if
like
you
he's Minnesotan.
just random accent I picked.
At least it's
Remember
American.
if you have to get some water, if it's brown, gulp it down. Black, send it back. They need to redo the pipes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a bodega
Did
or a
let-
convenience store somewhere where we can just get bottled water if we need it?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a campus store.
Commissary?
Well, there's a commissary, but they also have a small little convenient mini mart on campus for those who stay here and stuff. So it's all the necessities and some weird stuff. Like kids these days are really into those foreign like Japanese drinks and stuff, like the ones with the beads on the inside that if you gotta
Ramune?
smack them, whatever.
Yeah, Ramune.
I guess that's what it's called. I don't know. I always fear drinking that. I guess what if you like gulp it too much and that little bead gets stuck into your throat?
Robbie Chope?
Aren't beads edible?
It's a glass ball.
Oh.
Yeah, you're thinking orbits. That
Oh,
takes me.
no, I'm thinking
Boba?
boba tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not Boma D. It's the other thing. You just smack it for whatever reason. I don't know what to do. And
Right.
so just follow me. Okay. Hold on,
Yep.
let me call this in. I'm off the door at the dorm. You know which one. Be back in a few seconds, escorting some people on the inside. Out. Alright. Follow me. Takes you up to the second floor. Just walks down the hall and you see one door that's just covered with stuff. He's like, this is where it was. I don't know how bad or good of a job they did. I didn't want to look on the inside. I heard from some of the students who caught a glimpse before the people came, and they they said it wasn't pretty.
I mean, nothing is ever pretty in this regard. Did
They
any
never
of
call
the
me in for pretty things.
Unfortunately,
see
that's
that.
true. Did you happen to see if they took anything out of the dorm, or any of the TAs or any of the other students get an eye on it?
I wasn't here last night for it. I haven't heard anything one way or another or gossip, and the guard that was here last night, he's taking a couple days off.
Oh, he was the one that found him.
Not the first one, but one of the first ones to come in because he was like one of the first on the scene kind of thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, we deal with some weird shit on campus, but nothing like this. I mean,
Did he make a report before he left, before the suit showed up, or was that just the, hey, this is what happened and we need people here now sort of deal?
he should have made one, but I don't know if he finished it or whatever. He would have sent that to the captain, and I haven't talked to the captain. I got in the shift this morning and like, hey, there's an incident. You just stand on the door and make sure only the certain people are allowed in and stuff, and and other things and stuff. So I don't know a ton, unfortunately, but
I got you.
if there is a report, which should have made, he needs to make one within 24 hours. The captain will probably get that. Uh, yeah. And as for if anyone went in and out before the oh shit, drop some things.
Gotta
Hold on
go.
a sec. I kicked something off the computer. Hold on, I heard the disconnect of something. Hope it's not important.
I wasn't sure if that was in game or not. I thought he dropped his walkie-talkie or something.
Is this like Officer Doofy from Scream or Scary Movie?
My guess is it was one of the external hard drives coming unplugged.
Luke, if you were referencing something, once again, I do not know what you were talking of.
Scary movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I've actually
You know,
seen
as
that.
much of a
Doesn't look like anything bad. Not,
But you
no
heard the
warning.
noise.
I heard the noise of something disconnecting. But we do have 2 external hard drives and a USB extender with a bunch of things in it, so it could have been just about anything.
thing.
But nothing that is currently up
Operating.
and running. So hopefully that just meant it was one of the things we are not currently using.
Fair enough.
Hilariously unrelated, for as much of a horror fan as I am, I do not think I've ever actually seen the scary movie films.
Well, those are the
I-
parodies of the Scream films, among others.
Oh,
So it's not
the
technically.
Scream films I've not seen. The
Oh,
scary movie ones I have actually seen.
well, it's
I
almost
didn't-
With
like
the
over.
opposite.
I didn't even enjoy either one of them. I'm not too much of a horror fan, and watching what I did of the Scream parodies, I didn't find it nearly as funny as everybody else did.
The Scream parodies are just
Anyway,
Oh, right.
fair.
Game.
Yeah. Whoops.
I was an insult to the cop, the reference. So this guy opens the door for us, I guess.
say that again.
The guy opens the door for us.
Yeah, it's like open the door. Oh yeah, there are a couple students around that might have seen things if you need to talk to them. I do know that the 2 on both sides, they are what's the word I'm looking for? They are currently not on campus. They went to go somewhere else because they
Scared.
yeah, they're a bit scared, so they decided to go off campus. I don't know where or anything. That information is protected by FERPA, so probably won't be able to find that easily. But yeah, this is the room. You guys don't have anything to clean with.
You're muted, Luke.
Holly
Q has is a big toolbox and like a satchel.
would have her like over the shoulder bag with her. It doesn't look exceptionally professional or whatever, but I think
Aren't you guys supposed to be like wearing like hazmat suits and have like a whole like car full of stuff and like big old lights and like tarps and things?
Normally,
we would if we
the
were first
movies.
on scene, but
beat
considering
me
the
to it.
feds were here first, I can't imagine they've left us much of anything, but I do have some stuff in my bag.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing I know about that stuff is things I saw on those amazing and accurate shows on TV with the CSI people.
yeah.
They don't fake anything.
If it was hazmat worthy, nobody would be let in the building for at least a week.
Oh,
So-
that we had something like that a couple of weeks ago. Somebody discovered a Thanksgiving meal that had been in there for a couple of years in a fridge.
So those science experiments are still going on, I see.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Oh, we had to evacuate the whole building. We thought there was like a chemical attack because of the stank coming off of that. It was it was quite gnarly. Anyway, I'll let you go. If you need anything, I'll be at the front door. If you need the public restroom, it'd be at the end of the hall over there, because they all kind of share a restroom. They don't have private ones in this section.
Right. Do we need to swing back by to let you know when we step out, or are we good?
I'd appreciate it just so I know, because if there's like an emergency and we need to evacuate the building or whatever, I can tell them
Head
that.
count.
Yeah, it's just a safety thing, because who knows.
Just making sure.
Yeah, but it's more of a courtesy thing if you gotta leave or whatever, and I'm not around and stuff.
Yeah, we'll make sure to flag it down.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. I don't know. I would say enjoy yourselves, but I don't think you will be.
Never do.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Just walks away.
Q starts to put on some gloves.
I cannot believe that worked as well as it did.
Well, let's just cross our fingers.
All you
Yeah.
need is uniforms and confidence.
I mean, I have a
We don't
literal
even have
badge.
uniforms.
And the badge.
Yeah, I think the badge helped a lot. Yeah, we open the door. What do we see, Kevin? What's it look like?
Most horrific thing ever. A college dorm. Um,
And then someone got murdered in there.
yeah, decorated.
Probably improve the place a few points.
So as you open the door, you do get a whiff of a decay-like smell, which is a little unusual, but you know, it's there. Look around, you see that a lot of that there was what looked like a dresser and the drawers have been taken off, things strewn about, there's piles of clothes. You're not sure if this is because of the murder, the FBI people, or just how the student lived. It's hard to tell because it's a college dorm. So you see the beds, you see one of the walls, a dark brownish color, splattered on things. There is no sheets on the bed. They did take those. But the mattress itself seems a little stained. Yeah, that's just the first thing you see just walking in with a quick visual of the room.
Okay. I do need to pipe up and ask one particular thing. Do you remember how I was trying to work with my sunglasses, get the particular rituals to see different things? Would we have had time to be able to get that established?
Yeah, remember for rituals in this, you have to use XP and stuff to create those rituals. So if you haven't already done it, so did you have that ritual already as a
Well, remember, this is part of what we were talking about before. I have not spent any of my XP since we redid the characters, and I was planning on doing that to begin with. So if we want to
Right,
count
so-
that as auto-calculated for what I should have remaining, then we can certainly do that.
So you have when we redid the character, you didn't write down any of the rituals for enchantment.
No, because one, I wasn't fully understanding what was going on in the first place, and two, we hadn't got a chance to go fully into the details of what that would entail. But I just remember I was trying to get something set on the sunglasses to be able to see different things, night vision, infrared,
So
things
with
like that.
this, I'm actually going to pause the game ever so slightly.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
And we're back. Okay, got the technicalness out of the way. So you're in the room, you're looking around. Do you trip some acid?
Absolutely. Hey, Q, you want some of those drugs?
Give me drugs.
In
My
front
brain
of the
needs to be more
cop.
powerful.
In
He had
front of
walked
the
away.
cop, no less.
Oh,
No,
the
I
other
meant
cop.
me. Yeah, the other cop in the room.
We're not a narco.
I mean, who's going to believe that? Okay, if I was to tell anybody that you two were tripping on some magical drugs, I would be under the suspicion of having taken something.
Or they just, I mean, we're in college. They probably ask for some. And they would be right to do so.
Probably not for me.
So, Holly, what does this magic mushroom friend do?
So, magic shrooms. An enhanced form of LSD that lets the taker either see a vision of the future or discover connections between separate elements within the story. These relationships always appear in symbolic form, sometimes making the visions difficult to interpret.
Alright, so what is Holly attempting to see?
Mm,
Because you can choose one of those two, correct?
do both of us see the same thing? Can I pick one and Luke picks the other one?
It doesn't say that if you make more than one dose, that all the doses are tied.
Hughes is very focused on cause and effect and reactions and connections between things. So he'd probably go for that one. Or he would probably have that sort of reaction.
All right, I want to see the future.
Now, how far in? It doesn't say how far in the future, does it?
Mm,
So it's probably based on your rolls. Ooh, cue for the
they get 3 successes, I think. Plus Q helped with 1 success.
Alright, so you're trying to see into the future slightly. And you just see an individual in what appears to be like a black hoodie, with the hood pulled up, holding a knife, charging at you.
Oh boy.
And then
I am tripping, so I feel like this is probably realistic enough that Holly would probably dodge out of the way.
look at the dirty
You at least try
clothes.
to keep them from like knocking around or falling into anything.
Talk me down, man. Talk me down.
No, do a flip.
We could put the mattress on the floor and make it safe.
Mattress is covered in blood. Probably not a good idea.
Yeah. Well, is a wet
We don't
mattress
want to leave
softer?
any traces of ourselves here on the chance that somebody else comes behind and scans the room again.
Mm-hmm.
Connection between desperate elements.
That's why Q is wearing gloves.
Alright, so Q, when you are tripping, you
Mhm.
see an image of a bloody face, a severed hand, coin, and the nail. And then you see them like all kind of melt down together into a pool of noxious liquid. And you see an individual just wearing what appears to be black robes or grayish robes, dark colored, standing over something chanting. And then another scene you see what appears to be vegetation dying around this pool and a figure emerging from it.
Interesting. That's not good at all. I'm gonna have to sit on that and try to figure out what I think that means. Once he's no longer high, we can discuss what he thinks that means.
Last extra, so an hour.
Cool.
Great. Holly and Q are both having badass trips.
What else are you doing in the room of gloom?
I would at least like to try my bright shades, see if there's anything. I don't want to say out of the norm, considering this is literally a crime scene, but anything that would be traceable, something that shouldn't be there, something.
Perception and awareness, your favorites.
Indeed. I think that's my die pool 1, perception and awareness. That it is. Click. And do my glasses reduce that 6 to a 5 for the difficulty?
Not for this, but they do allow you to find something that you normally would not be able to find.
Okay, so difficulty still stays at 6. All right. 1 success.
One success.
Oh man, I would have had 3, but that nat 1 took me.
Alright.
Sorry, I rolled like cat.
It happens to all of us sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I just hate blaming you all the time. It just feels right when it's this game.
Alright, so
yes.
you search around and you do come across a what used to looks like a piece of a note or a letter of some sort that was kind of lost in a corner, that was like dark and out of place and just easily overlooked, but it's not written in normal human language that you're aware of.
Ooh.
Spanish. It's like an older parchment, a little bit burned along the edges, and there's some letters on it.
Okay, so parchment, not actual paper, like regular paper.
You would call it parchment. It could be, something that's not normal paper.
Right. Is Q still having his trip?
For a while, yeah.
Shit. I don't
Q's
think
not here, man.
I don't think I would have had gloves on me. Well, no, I take that back.
Q had extra gloves.
Oh.
I was gonna say Holly probably would too, considering,
Yeah.
He's always got
Yeah.
lots of tools and supplies and tool-related supplies.
you can't
Yeah.
move my dice.
Okay, well,
He
there you
needs
go.
extra for his wet sciences.
I got to keep the wets from the dries.
Keep your laundry out of our RP. Yeah,
He goes to
Grab
eat
one of the
spaghetti.
gloves.
It's just the spaghetti and the sauce separate, and he just eats them separately.
Yeah.
well, no, because the spaghetti had to get wet before it could be actual, edible.
Never said it was cooked. Oh, just
Mm.
raw spaghetti.
I haven't not eaten uncooked spaghetti as a snack. It's crunchy. The egg noodles are best.
That just makes me think of Vex and her saying outright, she just takes a block of fucking ramen and just bites into the damn thing.
I've seen that.
I haven't, and it's concerning. Anyways, yeah, just I take that. If there's anything to sort of like how you press flowers, anything to preserve the parchment, I would do that.
And I say you brought some things since you were planning on finding things. You would have something to put stuff in.
Okay, I do that. Try and keep it as well preserved as possible. If I take a moment while they're tripping balls, would I be able to try and decipher anything, or is it straight up something that I can't read?
Yeah, can't read it. I know. Looking at your character sheet, you don't have the stuff for it.
Okay. Well, I'll wait for the other two then, because this is interesting.
So after a bit, their trip comes down. They back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity.
When Q sobers up, he looks around and it's like, this place sucks. It's messed up.
You could always ask her for another dose, but I'd suggest waiting until we get out of here first.
We're going to take a quick break. The baby is starting to be a little crying, so I'm going to take care of her real quick. Be right back.
Oh my God, where'd Katrina go?
Magic.
Or on the floor.
Where did
So,
Luke go? The
I'm
only
standing
person
up.
visible is the
Yeah.
storyteller. I'm sorry.
it's true. So yeah, you found that. So a bit later, y'all come down from the trip. Yeah.
Do I see anything other than the person in the hoodie coming at me with a knife?
That's the only thing of significance you saw.
Oh, okay. So is the rest of it a bad trip or a good trip?
It's got its ups and downs.
Okay.
You saw one where apparently you eat or drink something that's just going to require you to be in the bathroom for several hours. Another one where apparently a bunch of you prank Vex's character and stuff, small, simple things.
What?
What was that?
Vex's character?
She has it coming.
Yeah, you just prank her.
Oh, prank. Okay.
You both
didn't-
heard something different, I guess.
I didn't hear that word.
I
It cut out
yeah,
for a second.
Yeah, same. I somehow missed that word.
It's okay.
You hear what you want to hear, I guess. Which was nothing.
So
Well, I saw a whole bunch of shit that I think is completely meaningless, and also somebody in a black hoodie coming at me with a knife.
Like
So
that's the villain.
I would be tempted to ask if the knife that I had on my body was what they were seeing, but I don't want to traumatize her after just coming down off of a bad trip.
The knife you saw was I believe it's pronounced Chris. Chris the
Oh, Crete?
oh shit, the
yeah.
We all
No.
know what those are.
Wiggly one.
Yes, it's the wiggly diggly one.
Pointy wiggly.
So a ritualistic knife.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay, that actually helps a lot. Yeah.
Hmm.
Kevin just looked up that word, and got like a semi-automatic gun.
Yeah, apparently KRIS is the knife. Add an extra S by accident, you get a gun.
Oh, to see the wiggly knife. Oh, it's not nearly as wiggly as I was expecting. Okay.
Different variety.
If you take the S away, it's the name of some kind of alien. We can say that about any word, though, I guess.
Mhm.
Also, sorry if you hear unhinged screams of glee in the background. The baby has just discovered that she can actually put things in the little toy shopping cart. Her grandfather got her.
I mean, I'm thankful that the whatever audio input you're using has negated,
It's
if not
literally
completely
just-
muted it. So
It's literally just Zoom's auto filter set as high as it can go.
So
which is appreciated.
that's what you
So-
saw?
Yeah, so I saw My Inevitable Murder. Don't know when, don't know who it is. It was just some person in a hoodie with the hood pulled up with a ceremonial knife, which does kind of stand out.
Okay,
What about you? What you say?
wait 1 second. With your vision, did you actually get stabbed, or were they just charging you down?
Don't think I felt the impact, but so the way that the vision works, it's like it shows me the future, but I would think that it would kind of cut off before anything, because like we could change things. I don't know. I don't know if I could have seen it, even if it did stab me, is what I'm saying. Because I didn't see anything around me. I don't know if I was alone. I don't know where I was. So for all I know, you were right behind me with a gun, or I could have been, yeah, I have no idea. And also, this could not even be related to this thing now. It could be something that happened a couple of months from now.
True, but just knowing that it is a possibility is just enough to warrant some extra precaution in certain senses.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
To Q, what did you see on your trip?
Saw so many things, and it's not good.
Oh,
I think
did
all
you
of the
also
items
get
that we know
stabbed?
about so far are connected.
Well, yeah,
think-
they all came from the vault.
I think one person got them all specifically and is using them together for a dark purpose. Like this, he's not just
Like, it
giving them
wasn't
out.
just somebody. So I was under the impression up until now that somebody robbed the shit out of us and just has been selling them on the black market. You're saying that somebody is giving them out specifically for a specific purpose?
Yes, I think they're all being used together in some way. Either they're given for specific chaos to be created, or they're going to be combined in some way. And it looked like the person doing it, one person was behind all of it and has possibly some sort of master that they're summoning or raising up in some way. Like once all the things are combined and they activate them and somehow it'll cause a lot of death, and then also something evil will rise. That's the impression I got. So this
Remind
not
me,
just
Kevin, we've used this once before, and I remember. No, I looked into the past with that time, didn't I? Because I saw the people that attacked the house,
Mhm.
and I saw them talking to somebody, like one of the people that we knew from the original Chantry House.
Mhm. Yep. Okay, so I'm talking to Max.
Mm.
He would also mention that the person was like in a dark gray robe of some kind, chanting over like
Didn't
these
happen to
things.
see a ceremonial knife, did you?
No.
I don't remember a specific knife. I think I just remember
Oh.
chanting and then like a pool of all the things combining in some way, but that was probably, I mean, this is all metaphor. But all the items were
Yeah.
combining together, they were chanting over it and doing some sort of greater ritual overall. And then something rose up out of it, which could be a person, it could be some sort of power or success, or a person gaining power or success, or some sort of end goal being achieved. But there is
Okay.
clearly, I think, an end goal, and there is someone reaching for it.
Yeah. What about you, uh, Talon? Did you find anything in here valuable other than keeping us from drooling into the carpet too much?
Well, I got a nice little video to add up to YouTube later, but no, I just found this parchment in a back corner that apparently the fake feds had missed. I would hand that over because I think you may be the person to read it.
Parchment, you say? The nerd in me perks up.
Yeah.
Let's
Not-
see, is language a skill in this game?
Not technically a skill. I believe it is a merit.
We could like reverse image search some of the letters.
Mhm.
We were able to figure that other book that we found that we stole from that guy's mailbox. It had a strange language that we were able to determine what it was. So we could maybe do the same process on this language. If it's even different, maybe it's overlapping information.
I am a big stupid. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just rereading my character sheet for the first time and apparently way too fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
I have the lucky merit. I can
sounds
reroll
familiar.
a failed die, botches included, up to 3 times per story.
So you literally
Shut up,
have an
Kevin.
anti-cat roll.
Yeah, I have an anti-cat merit.
Maybe highlight that
Everyone,
and
am
put
I
it at the
hearing
top of your
suspicious slurping from the baby? What are you eating?
I don't think she did either.
Did you ever fire that D20?
Oh, no. The dog is dreaming and doing his weird, like, tongue-licking thing in his sleep.
Weird.
Well, his tongue is sticking out because he forgot to put it into his mouth, but then he's dreaming that he's sniffing something, so his tongue is wagging like a doofus.
So that's what you'll find up in this. The pad, the thing. Oh,
Yeah,
like I said, also blood
I
splatter.
don't think I can read it, but I could maybe take it with us and consult my library at home, maybe do some occult or esoterica rolls to see if I could decipher it.
I wonder if the masked person was injured and spilled any blood. Probably no way to find out. Unless we tested
mean-
all of it.
Yeah, and there's no way to identify different types of
Whose
blood
blood it
unless
is.
unless they bled like blue or something in their blood like glitter.
Sorry,
Better.
I'm
Vampires.
leaning over the chair and the baby just ran up to me and launched herself onto my back. I keep forgetting sometimes she knows how to actually walk rather than crawl.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't think I have anything else that would be helpful here.
The masked person might, if we assume it's a student who knew these people, they might have left and they might have run away at this point.
Well, if it was a student, then sorry, I think I just lost my point that I was trying to make.
A lot of people have left because of the events that happened, because that's normal to do. So it won't be easy to see if any student suddenly just stopped us showing up recently, because a bunch of them did. That's why
that's
I'm
the
saying,
thing.
yeah, that's not a helpful
No,
thing to look for right away.
you're kind of close to that. There would be documentation that those individuals have left for that specific reason. If we could get that list we could determine if anybody else in the general area has left without that as a reason. And
I
that
mean,
would be,
wouldn't they just lie though then and say, "Oh no, I'm leaving because I don't feel safe," and use the same excuse that everybody else is?
They might not have to tell anyone they're leaving either. They could just not go to class.
that's kind of the way I'm going about it. If they just stopped showing up, one, there wouldn't be documentation about it. Two, if they were trying to take this particular time off, there would have to be documentation submitted to the university because of their leave of absence.
Well, if
But
they
again-
cared about the grades.
So my thing is just saying, like, if it were me and I were to kill a fellow college student and then decide to fuck off for the rest of the semester, I would claim what everybody else is saying of, I don't feel safe anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. Who's to say they couldn't just do that? Like, that's 100% believable. That's what everybody else is saying anyway.
Mm-hmm. It's not easy to, it's not hard to find a college student who will not take a week off if given the opportunity.
But that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. Even if that were the case, the ones doing it legitimately, the ones that are having that anonymity protection, have to have that documented. Even if they're just saying, I'm leaving because I don't feel safe here, those people,
Okay. So I understand what you're saying now is that if we get that list, hopefully our killer would be on it.
either that or we could cross-reference it for anybody that hasn't shown up since and be able to say the same thing about anybody that's missing.
This is assuming that the person who did it left also. But if they use
Yeah.
the mask to look like the boyfriend, they could just take it off and be anybody and stay around.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to have much luck finding them by looking at the people who left versus
Also-
the people who stayed.
Yeah, finding that list is going to be extremely difficult because unless we have like FERPA laws are pretty solid. They're not going to let you just look at any student's record like that. Students are entitled to privacy, and even if we were to flash your badge around, you don't have any probable cause. It's literally just people that they're asking for a list of people that felt unsafe on campus. Like, that's fucking everybody.
Right. And while I
You know?
appreciate that point, I would like to make a counterpoint. We have a tech head who can hack the database.
Fair.
I think it might
Could
be
try
safe
that.
to guess that the person who did this knew both of these people.
More than likely. It might be somebody in their regular classes or somebody
Some friend
within
of
the same
both.
dorm, right?
Yeah, so
We should get
we
the
know
tech
we
person
know
for
a
that.
decent amount of so we know the girlfriend, we've seen a lot on her like Instagram and everything. Do we know shit all about the boyfriend?
Evan said that he didn't really use social media much, or his accounts were like protected from people who weren't friends. So he couldn't really
Maybe
he didn't
we
really have
should-
anything up there.
Maybe we should ask around campus, see if anybody knew him. Maybe he was like kind of a nerd, and the reason he doesn't have a social media presence is because he was like in the chess club or some shit.
It could just
Don't
be
argue with
introverted.
me, Leilani.
I don't know.
It's
Chess is real big
possible
these
that he
days.
could just be a nerd or really introverted.
We should check his Discord account. That's where all of his interaction is going to be.
Do you know anybody that posts their Discord name on any other type of social media?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a special case then, because mine are completely separate.
Most of the
wouldn't
people
want-
I know use basically the same thing.
But see, if I mean, this is-
Branding.
A
Well,
lot of it
until
is because they're
recently-
trying to like keep.
Until recently, your Discord handle was completely random.
Yep.
Like, you didn't get to pick it. It was just assigned to you.
No.
Your name is one thing, but you can't just search for Luke
Anyway.
and find you. It's
Mhm.
kind of
So-
specific.
What's the plan,
Yes.
gang?
So I think we should probably leave this crime scene if we can't find anything
Yeah,
else
we
here.
should get the fuck out of here. We've been here for at least an hour, and I'm still kind of seeing colors out of this eye. So yeah.
I think on the way out, we might want to get lost and wander around the rest of the building to see if we can find the other crime scene. The one where Peter was found. Because I think this is where Rachel was killed by fake Peter. And Peter's decayed body was found elsewhere in the building, I'm guessing, based on the information.
weren't told
We
where
don't-
he was found, were we?
I know,
we
that's
don't
why
know.
I think
He
we
might
should.
not have even been on campus. He might have lived off campus.
Well, yeah, but they pulled 2 bodies out of the place.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that's right. There were 2
Oh,
bodies in
I
the
didn't
fake
remember
ambulance.
seeing 2 body bags.
That's why my
Yeah.
guess is that he was in the building too, especially if they were dating and they were all and they might have been in the same dorm building because that's, the closest person. A lot of people in the
Yeah.
same dorm end up dating. So I think we should, on the way out, just look around and see if there's like a second crime.
Okay,
a
in
second
that case, yeah,
crime
that
scene.
makes sense.
While we're here, anyways, maybe we question some students if we happen to bump into any.
Or just overhear him.
Mhm.
Yeah, we could eavesdrop too. There's usually when I was in college, the dorm had there's like a sort of a common room type area on each floor that
Mhm.
had like couches, a couple TVs, some like tables and stuff. Might have some students hanging around there. It's a nice common area to like play Magic or study or whatever.
You do know where a common area is. You did walk by it, and there were a handful of students there.
Might be
That
worth
would probably
a look.
that would probably be my cue to hang back. Not
Are you
necessarily.
in a uniform, like a cop uniform?
No, casuals.
Okay.
No, plus I'm SWAT anyways. If I was in uniform, there's a larger problem at hand.
Mm-hmm. Holly could pass as a college student. I guess they would know people who live in the building.
Well,
Right.
just because you know some of the people that live in the same dorm as you does not necessarily mean you know everybody that's on campus.
Yeah,
Plus, there's transfers and
they might be. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we could walk in there.
Yeah.
Try to overhear some things. I don't know what cover we would use to try to just walk into their common area and start asking questions. I don't know if that would work.
could say you were a friend, and they were the people that were killed were friends of the family, somebody that you knew since middle school or something.
Just so I know, when it comes to knowing people, John Hopkins, which is where this incident
Mm.
took place, has 30,000 plus students.
Yeah, but how many people on a specific floor of a specific dorm?
I just saying. So, if you claim to be a student, they probably
They
wouldn't
wouldn't
know
know.
any
Believe
better.
it.
Yeah.
And
Most
considering,
doctors are in school a long time.
yeah, most of them are post grads on the campus. So, old.
People seem to like Holly, and she seems young enough to be still learning and improving in general.
I can try it.
Over 30.
Ooh, do we have time for me to use one of my abilities on you that makes you good at it or better? Called what was it? Positive thought.
Perfect
I don't know
inspiration.
how long does it take?
If I talk to you for, I said I would have to talk to you for 10 minutes, but it would give you a -1 difficulty on all mundane checks.
Oh,
Sorry, you would have to talk at her for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's basically
talk?
psyching her up.
Oof.
Yeah, like a pep talk sort of thing, like those big
Yeah.
speeches they do in
can
every
handle
movie
that.
before they go into battle.
Be the dry, don't be the wet. Be the
Am
dry.
am I the only person that has issues with somebody talking for 10 minutes straight without you saying a word?
Well, it can be back and forth.
Oh, it does? Okay.
I mean, it doesn't specify, but it's basically just like boosting their confidence.
Okay. Psyching up like that is one thing, but the way you originally said it just made me instantly think, oh God, you have to talk at her for 10 minutes straight.
This would be
Jeez.
like if your guidance counselor sat down on his chair with the chair turned around backwards
Mhm.
and
So,
made you believe in yourself.
So Holly, go. You do that. Roll your checks.
Yeah, you gotta roll something to cast your spell, right, Luke?
I don't think so.
Yes. Oh, spells require a roll.
I mean, I got to.
I just imagine him doing this for like an iPod or something. Just so you
Okay.
could just play it on
Let's see
repeat.
some color.
1 destroys a 10, right? Because I got 3 10s and a 1.
You succeed.
So 2 successes
No explosions.
I just have Holly.
this time.
Be the dry signs. Don't be the wet signs. Be the dry.
You're dry, they're wet. You take their burden.
All right.
Okay, so yeah. Wow. Sorry. I'm sitting on the floor and the baby is eating a bag full of animal crackers, and she just pulled one out and offered it to me and then snatched it back and put it in her mouth.
Oh boy.
You didn't take it quick enough.
Or she changed her mind.
Okay, you already have one in your mouth. You can't shove all of them in there. Yeah, so I go talk to I go wander into the common room.
Alright, you go and you see a handful of students just sitting around studying. One's just got like a bunch of books on anatomy, another one has like books with science diagrams and stuff, just all sitting around, just doing thing. There's one guy playing himself at a game of table hockey, ice hockey thing.
Wait, he's playing himself?
Yeah, like you hit it and then run around the table and try to hit it from the other side and back and forth.
Is anybody watching him do this, or are they all giving him space?
No one's watching him. He's just doing it for fun.
Oof.
Somebody's bored out of his mind.
Or doesn't have many friends. I feel sorry for that guy.
What does Holly do?
He seems like the only one that wouldn't mind an interruption, so I guess I'm walking over to table hockey guy.
Are you sure about that?
Stops.
he-
He just looks up. He's like, "Want a game?
Sure.
All right." Starts paying back for. He's like, don't haven't really seen you around. How's it going?"
Yeah, I'm usually on I'll say one of the dorm buildings, like on the other side of campus. But I had some friends that were in this area that are in this building, and figured I'd stop in and chat with them for a bit. I heard there was some crazy stuff happening the other night.
Oh yeah, last
Like,
night people got killed.
was it like what happened? Like, was it like a dispute between roommates or?
Um, well, from what I heard, I was sleeping on a different floor, but what I heard someone say is someone's boyfriend maybe came up, went into the room. There was a commotion, and I think her name was Rachel, and her roommate dead. Yeah, pretty gruesome too, from what I hear. Lots of blood.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't there to
I was
see the bodies. Woke up and I was trying to find a way up to look at it because that'd have been wicked, but you know. Yeah. Why are you interested
yeah,
in
like
seeing some dead bodies?
I mean, I do have some familiarity with the working in some small, just kind of considering the medicine, but I don't know if I'd be okay with corpses or especially ones that were kind of like I heard it was really gruesome, like all the blood was out of the body or something. I
Yeah.
heard somebody say the word exsanguinated.
Yeah, that is the term for when blood leaves the body.
Like, was it like they? I don't know. That's really gruesome.
Yeah, it can be, yeah. Especially if you're not prepared for it. It depends on what the person does to do it too. I mean, it could also be painful and long or short and quick. Like if they cut the specific arteries and stuff, just drain you real quick and you're probably won't even
And I
really
would
notice.
presume it. I would presume it would have to be kind of quick because, like, if it had been long, somebody would have hurt her, right?
Oh no, if they cut like around the throat and stuff, you just bang. So you won't really hear much.
True.
Yeah, especially if you cut deep enough to get to that voice box and stuff, just right around here, yeah.
So, like, I heard that they carry too. Was it like a suicide murder thing? I
Well,
think they were dating.
oh no, it was Rachel and her roommate Lisa that came out. Their boyfriend wasn't there.
Wait, so Rachel and Lisa were the ones that died?
Yeah.
I thought I heard that the boyfriend was dead too.
Oh, he did too, from what I hear.
Oh, so then, well, then who killed the ghost? Because I thought that everybody I heard was saying that it was probably the boyfriend that did it.
It's a real mystery kind of thing, because at least from what I heard through the grapevine, they went to find the boyfriend who was the last person seen entering the room, and they found his body dead at his place.
Jesus. Well, how far away is he? Maybe like,
Alright, so
could he have done a deed and then gone back to his place to finish himself off away from the?
but no, not with the amount of decay and stuff that the body supposedly was undergoing and stuff. So it's a
Ugh.
mystery. Like,
Did they find him on campus too?
oh no, he was living
Or
off
did he
campus,
live
one of
off
the
campus?
houses with a bunch of friends.
Oh,
He often crept to himself so they didn't notice anything. And apparently the place wasn't really cleaned often, so
I
the
mean,
smell, they just thought it was a dead rat in the wall.
ugh. Well, I mean, some of those off-campus housing places are pretty. Mm.
It's a bunch of just teenage boys in a house together, no parental advisory. Yeah, they get gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip.
So yeah, it's pretty
Um,
nifty. Kind of wish I was one of the ones that found the bodies. It would have been very interesting. Could have made a report on it.
you in what, journalism or?
Oh no, I'm going to medical school to be a pathologist. I'm going to work in the medical examiner's office and stuff.
It's-
Yeah, thankfully it's one of the industries that's not dying, though people are dying to get in it.
That one's got jokes.
I would leave.
Leilani, you can't have soda yet. Sorry, there is a pack of like a 12 pack of cans of soda next to
Mhm.
my desk, and she's pulling them all out one by one and putting them back. And then she just propped one on her lap and started trying to lift the tab on it.
It's okay. Anyway, so yeah, yeah, that's what I'm here for. Did you want to see some dead bodies?
I mean, I think I'm fine.
I'm interning at the city medical examiner's office. I got a key. You can go later. Or not, it's up to you.
Maybe I'll have to think about it. I don't know how I feel about, like, I'm curious, but like sneaking in after dark is, I don't know. But I guess it wouldn't be really sneaking in if you got a key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, maybe give me your number and I'll take his number down. We don't know where the bodies are going, so like,
Gives you his number. He's like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
what's his name, Kevin?
You've already picked
Uh,
a few people from Friends. You could pick someone else from Friends.
I don't know enough people and friends.
Gunther, he was kind of a loser in the show.
Gunther
The
works here.
yeah, he was like the creepy loser type that was
Yeah.
always creeping on
I
Rachel.
just think of the fucking penguin from Adventure Time when you say that name.
Yeah, it's like Gunther.
That's a name.
It's a family name.
I could tell, yeah.
We're from the old country.
Holly.
That's the name too.
Which one? Parents were hippies.
My parents come from, one of those Central European places. I don't care.
Mm.
They wanted to forget all about that and raise me as a red-blooded American, not learning anything about their culture or language or food.
Except for that name.
It's family tradition. I'm the sixth.
So are all the sixth generation kids named sixth born kid named that, or
No, my dad's the fifth.
oh, like on through the fifth? Oh, wow.
Uh,
Nothing.
yeah. That's why my friends just call me Goonf.
All right, good. Yeah, I'm a little bit of like a my brain is farting out.
And she just walks away.
No, no, the unsolved mysteries, sort of fan,
Ah,
like
oh, true crime or
that's what it is. Yeah.
ah.
So if you hear anything else, I would maybe be a little interested also because like, I have a friend in this building, so I want to make sure that she's good. She said that she feels like she's safe and they have like, campus security posted
Oh.
outside the door and
Oh
everything.
no,
But
the people in this dorm are probably the safest people on campus at the moment.
well, I mean,
Oh
they've
no,
got
well, you see, if the person is like a serial like killer, they probably won't repeat killing in the same exact location because the heat is up. So they're gonna go to another place
true.
to do it so that, people don't, notice them.
That's fair.
Unless they're a person who wants to only serial kill in one dorm, in which case all you have to do is find pictures and stuff and just locate the same person that's in every picture. Because
I
they
mean,
would be stalking, they would be observing and stuff before they actually commit the crime.
I mean, y- h- I mean, how often would you have like pictures that include the stalker in them though? Like I know when I typically take selfies, I try and make sure that it's just me and
He
not
just
other
looks
randos.
over to seeing people just outside, just taking pictures on cell phones and video chatting with everyone.
Valid. Okay. Valid. So Kevin, remind me not to drink any of these sodas for a while.
Don't drink those sodas for a while.
I
He
just
really
watched the
is a
baby
father.
pick one up and roll it down the seat of the chair behind her.
But yeah, don't drink those. So what do you so yeah, you're done. Goons?
Yeah,
So
after that, I think I'm gonna take my leave before I make any more of a boob of myself. And I guess make my way back to Q and Talon.
Come at me with that face.
Huh?
Nothing.
So I learned some juicy stuff. Apparently, the two bodies that we saw come out the other night were not, in fact, uh, it was Rachel. The other one was not. What was his name? Paul?
There was a
Some with a
Peter.
P?
Peter.
Peter, that's what it was. It was not in fact Peter. It was her roommate, Lisa. Peter was found the same night, but in an off-campus, um, like townhome by his roommate.
He did it.
Hmm.
Well, he can't have did it because he's already been dead.
The other guy, the guy who found him, his roommate, the dead guy's roommate did it.
Oh, the guy that was playing foosball by himself?
No, the other. Wait, what? No, the person who
Okay.
lived with dead Peter.
Okay, so all we know about Peter's situation is that he had a couple roommates. Apparently, he mostly kept to himself to the point that they didn't even realize he was dead until he kind of started to stink. Apparently, they thought it was a rat that died in the wall.
And that's how I'm afraid to go out.
And that would explain why everybody was like, "Oh yeah, he had been gone for a while before Rachel and Lisa were killed."
Means he probably got
But
replaced before for a while.
yeah, he probably was killed, had his face replaced, and then somebody went after. Now the thing is, we've been going at this thinking, "Oh, they were going after Rachel." Perhaps Rachel and Peter were just a way to get to Lisa.
Maybe. It's I don't know. I think we need information. More information. We need more information.
Well, we do have this note, so let's get back to the hotel, and I'll do some digging, see if we can figure out how to translate this or get some indication of what this is, because this is like this parchment looks old as shit. Yeah, Kevin, this is not like, does it look like it's been like there's like the fake aging stuff that you can do, and then there was like, no, this is legit old as fuck.
You'd have to do a little bit more
Probably
to
hard to tell.
figure that out unless you're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
an expert in
Yeah.
paper or forgeries.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
really.
that's the wrong
Okay,
character.
to the laboratory.
Okay, and you head towards the laboratory, and that's where we stop.
Okay.
So next time we'll explore the leads there, which you have a couple now. And yeah, maybe next time we'll have more people in the group. Maybe not. We seem to be going really fast with a smaller group.
Oh, there's less bullshit.
Yeah, except for Trina and the baby.
Well, that's kid shit.
It's not my fault she stole my fucking animal crackers.
I didn't realize they were your animal crackers.
Yeah, we were the cookies we were eating were animal crackers.
Alright, so thank you for joining us. Keep checking our channel for our shows as they come. Our schedule is just all off because of baby.
Yeah, it's because
but
baby.
But just keep checking out. We have a lot of shows on there, some old ones, some new ones. And hope you've been enjoying them. So until next time, have a wizard of a time.
Keep your faces on.
Face off.
Shouldn't it be magical time?
Magical.
All of these are terrible. Hate this.
Don't do LSD.
Well, then come up with a good one, Miss Prissy.
All right. Well, until next time, outro.
Magic mushrooms.
Bye.
Right.